What up, Victoria? Trader 007, Joe, DJ. Trying to work on being more active in chat. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of lurkers in chat. If you want to talk, you can talk, but it's the best way to, answer questions. Actually, get more education what you want to get out of it. What up, Johnny, Gamma, Eldred, VPath, Brennan, Voltru, my favorite streamer. What up, brother? Appreciate that. Buenas noches. What up, bro? Master, D Stacks. Yeah, Eldred. I just haven't changed the scene yet. I made it so that way while it's doing the starting soon, I can still yap. We still live, don't worry. I'll change it just for you. Is that better? Let's change that banner. Let's put that one on. I already know I'm going to botch that last name. I don't even know if I want to try it. Barrias? Maybe? Probably not. Passed another eval today. Almost done my last two. I have a full set of 50K selects from Tradeify. Hell yeah, Joe. Brother, your progress has been nuts. How you been liking the course? Because I know you've been diving into it. I'm going to wait for a few more people to trickle in before I start diving into charts too much. What I will look at, though, is we talked about it yesterday. If the Hang Seng starts to pop overnight, and you look at Baba and Badu, I mean, you look at the daily charts. Did they hold strong at the end of the day? No, but they both made some moves. Baba had a really nice gap up, nice continuation. A lot of potential there. We talked about it. Trade opportunities, 100%. Just got long ES. I see what you're looking at. I'm not overly interested, but I see what you're looking at. What up, Jeff? Mind blowing? Yeah, Joe. Most people think it'll be like very basic, but there's so much detail in it. What up, Cole? Vish, how you doing? Need another 480 to meet my buffer. Let's get it. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Conviction's not fully there today. We'll see what sets up. But at the gate, you can see I already got some bars drawn on the chart. While we're within this, I don't have much interest. I really don't. Stock market, baby. Just passed another funded account with my funded futures on this gap. Caught the gap fill back down. Hell yeah. What up, Didi? Learning about patterns I've recognized but didn't really had names, been able to put names on them now. Know when invalid and where to aim. Beautiful, Joe. Beautiful. That's what it's there for. What up, Soul? She trades micros. Do you think M2K's potential long based into strength? What are you drinking? I just got it. It's like instant coffee. It's like instant espresso. And what I just mixed it with water. My first time ever using it, but I just mixed it with regular water. Got it on a little late. Start out the gate though. Let's get them likes up because we are giving away a 50K Lucid account today. So I do have a giveaway today. We're giving away 50K Lucid. Y'all better like the stream. I'd like to see 200, but y'all know I usually don't hold out. I'll give it away anyway. What up, Cliff? Yeah, Lucid 50K later on today. We'll be giving away. You got to stay for it. Is what it is. Or just pop back in. If we get 200 likes, I'll run it. If we end up getting towards like 845 without 200, I'll run it. One or the other. But sooner we get the likes up, sooner I give it away. What up, Nathan? Thoughts on gold right now? All right, we're over 100 now, so I'll go ahead and start diving into the charts a little bit. Main thing on gold, I'm drawing it out. You can see it on every single chart. While we're within this box, and you're going to see a box on every single chart that I'm interested in. And that's when you know the market's like, all right, what are we going to do? What up, Com? This on gold. Until we get above 3650-ish or below 621 or 521s, not really interested. Why? Just look at the hourly chart. It looks like shit. If we do end up getting this failure to go higher, what I would love to see on this chart is this hourly be a lot more dull. We get a boring hour starting out, and then you look for that possible like 3-bar play triggering the hourly lower high to the downside. Then I'd be really interested. While we're within this though, not much. I would just love to see a very small consolidative candle on the hourly here that we can trade off of. I'm definitely not interested in longs. If longs play out on gold, I'm going to let the chart do its thing. You're not going to catch me longing this daily candle, this daily chart. Daily sell. If you know the mastermind, you know exactly what I'm seeing here. It ain't it, boss. It ain't it. Oil, pretty much the same damn thing. Obviously had a stronger rally today with the news of people bombing each other. Happens every other day. Market is back, in my opinion, in a state of uncertainty. We got the rally off the lows. We're back at all-time highs. Now we're getting to that uncertainty part. Where is the war over? Is the war not over? People are still bombing each other. Is there peace deals? Every other day, right? I don't think the market's going to be very favorable for a couple days at least. I don't think it's going to be very favorable. We'll see, though. I could be wrong. I just have low expectations. Gold did make a nice, or oil did make a nice rally through the overnight. Weekly still an inside bar. Daily's an outside bar. Not the prettiest. 4 hours trying to figure out what it wants to do. We get over 106. Oil, I'm looking at 110 easily without any hesitation at all. Because this is that wider daily range or that wider range we've been playing with. 101.50 has been our lower support. 106 has been the upper. Till we break it, just trade the range, I guess. What I'm looking at here primarily is this consolidation area. We break this, I'm interested in trading, even if it's to the downside back towards 101. Because of today's rally, there is a lot of room under this like 104.75 area. We get under that, I think this can break, which should push the indices higher if it wants to. With the indices, though, we're kind of stuck. I'll look at like the mid to higher time frames. Can I see an expectation where we take a long, like let's say here, look for the high of the range? Yeah, but for me, I think I'd rather see us start to break out. I think I'd rather see us get out of this range to really build the conviction. Because if I'm taking a trade, I want to look for a larger potential move. I don't want to take something where we're going to sit in this for 3 hours. This is not where my interest is. I want to get where we break out, maybe a retest, maybe just some type of entry up here. Take that, look for the long. If we look for a short, look for something down here below 22s, maybe even 20 if you want to get a little safer, and look for the short back down. Outside of that, I don't really think I'm going to take much. Hourly, what are we doing on the indices? This hourly did gap up, got an hourly fail to go higher on all names. That'll be interesting to watch for this hourly, how we react to it. If we sweep the lows and push back up, could be invalidating the short, potentially trading back into the range. But if we do trigger and set that lower high, it can get ugly again. We can go right back towards today's lows. 4 hour looks atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. We have this doji candle, whatever you want to call this thing, 75 points on ES, probably a stupid amount on NQ, 335 points on NQ. If I look at this chart on any of these charts, it's not going to be holy hell, this is an A+. I mean, look at RTY. This looks atrocious. There ain't a whole lot there. I would definitely say the structure is more bearish than bullish. I just want to see how it reacts. If we get down below 23s, I'm interested in shorting. Just inside, not much. What up, Cliff? Day I finally win a giveaway, I'll lose my mind. Joe, I mean, you're in every chat, so you got the best opportunities. Nathan, or Cliff, if you weren't here for the gold, just scroll back like 2 minutes and you'll see me break it down. What up, AF? What up, Jeep? Oh, Jeepers Creepers. I love that name. SO, how you doing? What up, Omar? Seth? Voltru, Iran tried to bomb the UAE, I believe was that news. But their defense system stopped it. So Iran's still bombing people. Nothing crazy. Just what's happening every other day. I'm short NQ looking for a little scalpy. I could see it. Yeah, a little melty. I would 100% agree with that. Just if you're close to a payout, close to something like that, we're in that uncertainty aspect of the market where if you look at these daily charts, they're not pretty. If we get that overall consolidation that we kind of need, it's not going to be a fun consolidation at all. What I usually do during those times is look for relative strength and weakness throughout individual names and just look for lower expectation trades on the indices. We'll see if something pops up. I don't have much conviction for at least the first hour. If we start to flip structure, start to build structure one way or the other, I'll definitely be interested in trading. Just nothing to me stands out like, holy shit, I need to be in this right now. Hell yeah, Jesse. Yeah, I'm from NEO. There's actually quite a few people in the community that are from Ohio. A lot are around Columbus, though, I will say. Yeah, you were the one I was talking to on Jake's stream, right? This morning. Did you figure that out just because I talked about that supplement company, or did you hear it somewhere else? What up, Polar Bear? Cole, at that point, it's like, all right, what are we doing at this point? Jesse, I just moved out of Menor last August. Yep. I went to Titans for like 3 years, and I used Fitness First was my supplement company since I was in high school. So since like 2014, 2015, small world. Yeah, thankfully crushed Asia in London for 500 last night. Beautiful. Woke up at 9, saw New York, locked the account. Genius idea. I think today got a lot of people trapped. A lot of people. Got my first ever payout today with 550K Lucid Flex. Hell yeah, Joe. You made yourself a bag today, brother. An absolute bag. When'd you move to Columbus, Jesse? Because I've been going to Titans for like 3 years. Because I lived in an apartment up there. I'm in the shithole Youngstown, but moving to Tampa in August. Lil Melty, I used to work out. I used to work in Boardman before I got into trading. The job I left to go trading full time was Boardman. Small fucking world, dude. Is it worth using TradingView? Wait, is it worth to use TradingView integration with brokers? That's going to be per person. I personally don't. I would rather trade directly from the broker rather than trade a third party through a broker. I'd rather just take the orders directly through it for me. And that's just my personal preference. Some people love using TradingView, some don't. So it's just, like I said, all personal preference there. Just tuning in, what is Project 365 all about? Well, first off, welcome. Second, our main goal is we're streaming live on YouTube 365 days, no matter what, to see how it works, see how everything goes. It's a project that we have 5 full-time traders all running. We all stream different hours of the day. I'm the Asia session. Mr. Allen, the G is 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. pre-London. Mitch is going to be tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. He's the Gamma guy. Jake is usually like 8 to 8:30 until 11-ish. And then Christian runs Power Hour 2 to 4. And it's just, we're all streaming live. We either catch the trades and you guys see them live, or we sit here and we just drop knowledge for the entire 2-3 hours. But no, the support we've gotten has been immense and absolutely insane. So we appreciate everything. Yeah, I'm in Boardman. Hell yeah. Yeah, I used to always go to the golf courses out there. I forget the name of them. They're like they're a part of the parks. You'll know what I'm talking about. Well, charts is best for me. Nice. Currently using Top Step. You recommend any other firm instead? Top Step's been getting some heat lately. Top Step's been getting a lot of heat. I used to love Top Step. Yeah, Mill Creek. I always went there. I used to love Top Step. I don't think they're top dog anymore. They're still the OG in the industry. They're not a bad company to use, but they are changing shit every other day. One thing I don't like about Top Step is they cut out all brokers except Top Step X. I love using Tradeovate and Trade C personally, but if I use Tradeovate, they don't allow it. So I don't feel like learning a whole new platform just to trade with them anymore. But no, I like my favorites are Tradeify and Lucid, 100%. Those are the main accounts that I use. Those are the accounts that I currently have evals and fundeds with. No, Jesse, I went to school in Geauga County. I went to a really small school. So I didn't grow up there. I grew up out here. Wait, so it's 7 p.m., 1 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m., and 2 p.m. Don't forget that one. But yes, Mitch is Tuesday, Thursday, 6 a.m. It is early as hell. Unfortunately, I'm usually still snoozing because I don't go to bed till late as hell. But yes. Yeah, Mitch will stream Tuesday, Thursday, early in the morning. What does B80J do? Let's look at it real quick. I am watching the indices. I'm watching to see how we react. If we get back above the open, I may have some interest. I could see the potential dip buy opportunity here, especially with oil looking a little more bearish intra-session. I really want to try to wait unless I get some decent conviction back above. Did the hourly spike lower? That's going to be a key thing here. Okay, the hourly did spike lower. So we could be failing that sell that we talked about. If we do and we hold that, that can start to paint a picture for at least the next hour or so where we see a potential upside, at least towards the high of the range. I'd love to see a break over the high range. There's a chance I don't take it until we break it. It's just being patient, right? I don't want to trade a bunch like I did yesterday a little bit. Today, my execution wasn't the most insane on options. So I'm just being a little more patient on this session. B80J just for contract rollover. Right now, if you have it on, what it does is when the contract rolls over, you normally get a fat gap. So something like this right here. So if we look at September 15th, I'm going to assume this gap is a contract rollover, and we'll go back and look at it. But September 15th, you get this big gap up. If you go back to it on September, anyway, you can see wherever it is in here, September 15th, it erases that gap. It adjusts all the prior price action to the current contract price and structure. So that way there's no random gaps within the chart. So it makes the chart more fluid and adjusts all the prior price action. So your levels are actually accurate based off of prior price action. Because if not, your chart will be 50 points off on ES for every single rollover. Were you a student of Jake's and how'd you learn to trade? Yes, I took Jake's mastermind 5 years ago, somewhere around then, 2022. So four or 5 years ago. Yeah, I took mastermind 1, the very first OG, whenever he started it. And then almost immediately after, I was a part of the group. I was a part of like the actual team, and I helped with the other masterminds all the way up until now. And now I stream. Watching sunset from a cruise leaving Dominican Republic. Had to check the markets. Doesn't look like I missed much. Right. Close the charts. Enjoy, brother. Absolutely enjoy. Did you take any trade today, Ron? MES Polar Bear, I did. I took an options trade and I got stopped. Dude, I'm in this weird funk right now where anytime I post an options trade, it gets stopped out. Any options trade I don't post goes immediately 100% with zero drawdown. And it is the most like irritating thing in the world because the ones I post just stop. And obviously I try to post all of them, but some of them move a lot quicker. So I'm not going to be one to post one where I'm up 20, 30% and be like, oh, I'm in this trade. Good luck. Do all the hosts Project 365 specifically use Tradeify on stream? No, we all use whatever prop firm we want to use and self-funded accounts. I currently don't have a self-funded account at the moment. I'm working on funding that. I'm not in a big rush to it because I have funded accounts that I'm trading. Jake has self-funded. Jake uses TPT, Tradeify, Lucid. Jake uses whatever, Alpha. He'll use whatever prop firm he feels like. Alan, on the other hand, has maxed out like 6 prop firms payout-wise. Because of where he lives, you can't go live with him. So he just gets locked out of it. He's back on Lucid with the Lucid Max. And then he's on another prop firm as well. I don't remember what one. And then Christian, I believe, uses Top Step for the most part. Could be wrong, but I believe that's correct. Yeah, so right now, Mitch is currently just Tuesday, Thursday. I've never used wealth charts, but I love TradeC personally. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful account. Like TradeC, I just love the fluidity of it. I love how it's basically TradingView, but it's its own broker. And it's because I'm also addicted to TradingView. What up, 44? Dev, my day was wonderful. Well, besides losing money, but other than that, wonderful. It was before that because 10 was about 22 to 24. Well, that's a 2-year range, brother. But yeah, no, I think it was beginning of 2022 I took Mastermind because I started trading in 2021. So it was my second year. Connor, I don't even know who you're trying to talk shit out because you spelled it wrong, brother. You gotta, if you're gonna try, and I know you're trolling, you gotta come with the correct spelling, at least. When's your birthday? In a month and 12 days, June 16th. And I'm there's a 98% chance I'm gonna be streaming on my birthday. So we riding. I was short gold right before the huge drop today, but it wicked me into liquidation. Dude, gold's been volatile. Gold has been an absolute menace lately, where you just get these type of wicks before the moves. And it's, I mean, if you catch it, fun to trade, but you probably have to have a wider stop. Ever. People just ask questions, brother. Autocorrect on the iPad. Use hollow candles. I do. I mean, it's not like the hollow candle pattern. All I do is I go to settings, symbol, you go to the body of it, and I just make it opaque. And that's because I'm colorblind. It makes it easier for me to see the candles. Why you had to be a Gemini? Brother, if you think the alignment of the stars has anything to do with my personality, I'm not even going to go far because I'm going to piss a lot of people off, but that's all I'm going to leave it at. Big Austin, chill. But no, it's like a Tuesday or something. I'll be streaming. Jake will probably yell at me, but I don't care. It's a day. Does anyone else like that where your birthday is kind of just a day? At least that's how I see it. I know a lot of people love celebrating it, but to me, it's like, all right, I was born. Question: I won the Power Hour giveaway account. What 50K account do you recommend for Alpha Futures? I've never used them. I just used the first account. I would just look at the rules and see which one you do. I only traded Alpha Futures one time. I think I still have an eval with them. So I'm not the guy that can give a bunch of detail on Alpha Futures. I would just check the account, see what you like, and ride with that one. I'm still watching the charts, seeing what I want to do. Nothing looks immense right now. Oil could see a bit of a pullback here. If it does, though, we might see the indices push. Gold's looking like it's trying to get towards the top of the range, while oil is trying to get to the lower end of the range. So if that gets to the lower end of the range, these might push up. So if anything, I might be more interested in oil. Trade this little triple kind of failure here off the 106 area. Problem is, I mean, what would that stop be? 70 ticks. It's a little more aggressive of a stop. You could obviously tighten it, but I would want it at least at session highs for the time being. Market gonna rip on my birthday? Market's either gonna rip or you're gonna see me lose $500 live on my birthday to close it off. I don't celebrate, but I will eat cake every day for that week. That's the thing, though. Something I've realized, especially lately with Instagram. Men at most might celebrate their birthday, but a lot of time we're just like, it's a birthday. Women get a whole month. And I don't understand that. They're like, oh, pre-birthday celebrations. Their birthday's still 3 weeks away. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Watching how the indices are reacting around their opens here. Can't remember the last time I celebrated. Same. Well, technically, I celebrated like 2 years ago because Jake just called me before my birthday and flew me out to California. So I guess that counts. Gandhi, I still got a month. But appreciate it, brother. So let's call that delusional, but each their own. Fair. Love it, Esso. Yeah, cool. That makes sense. Nah, you're good. You're good, Gandhi. Because I mean, we were just talking about it. But no, I got like a month and 12 days. Immediately lost interest in shorting oil. Problem is, I just want to see something break out of this range. I think it's going to be a whole lot of nothing until we see it, if we see it. I mean, everything is primed to consolidate. Didn't we have AMD earnings today? No. When's AMD's earnings? I thought it was. Oh, wait, I can just look at the chart. Tomorrow. Okay, it's tomorrow. Got it. That might be a decent earnings just because it can move a lot of big tech. What do you want for your birthday? I don't know, dude. Usually, if I want something, I just buy it. I want y'all to like the stream and fucking subscribe. I want to see Jake dye his hair blonde for my birthday. That's what I want. I want 50K subscribers. I think y'all can do that. So we have all 4 indices around the open. Oil's at the open as well. And gold's just below its open. Yeah, there ain't shit to do here yet. Very important trading question. What is your cake flavor of choice? I mean, are we just talking chocolate or vanilla? Because if that's the options, I'm looking more towards vanilla. Because I'm going to say it, chocolate's a bit overrated. It is. Most chocolate sucks. Yeah, I'll go vanilla all day over chocolate. I think chocolate's overrated. How does Ron do with the ladies? All right, Connor. Not too shabby when I want to. Not too shabby. So PLTR had earnings. I mean, they're not moving, dude. 2.5%. That's not going to move shit on PLTR. I guarantee you, if you look at their expected move, it was probably $10, and they're down 3. So that's just an earnings crush. Chocolate is nasty. Agreed. I'm new to trading. I've been getting clapped in the long run, switching from options to futures now. Just got a new laptop, setting up the brokerage has been stressing me out. Seth, are you trying to figure out Tradeovate? ZP, whoa is insane. I talked about a lot. AMD expected move is 30. That makes sense. It's what, 10%? A little under? Yeah. 30 makes perfect sense. Most big tech earnings are like 10-ish percent. Vanilla Man, can't believe it. Dude, chocolate's just overrated. I feel like it's just, and it's not chocolate itself. Good chocolate's not bad, but most chocolate sucks. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to live by that. Yeah, ZP. There's nothing wrong with carrot cake. I like carrot cake. No, she trades Mycos. I just asked if it was a 2-flavor type of question. I got Tradeovate, main account and everything, but I heard integration isn't the best. I really want to use TradingView. You can link it to TradingView, I believe. And if you need to figure out Tradeovate, I can send you a walkthrough video for Tradeovate that I made and make it really easy to learn how to use it. No, Polar Bear, I didn't. I'd have to look at that after. TradeWap, what country do you live in that fried carrot cake is breakfast? Because that sounds like the most American thing I've ever heard of, but I know you're not from America. Only Americans be out here frying carrot cake. This market really does want to move. This might just be a yap session, my guys. For breakfast, though, ZP, I mean, that's crazy. I would do nothing the entire rest of the day. I have a major sweet tooth. Mine's like on and off. But my sweet tooth, though, if I just drink like a protein shake, it's solved. I'm not usually like just craving sugar. Big Austin, I can highly disappoint. Behind me, there's a bar of 100% dark chocolate. Is it the greatest? No, but I usually get like 90%. I got the 100% because I wanted to try it, and she bitter. She bitter for sure. But no, I do like dark chocolate more. White chocolate's too sweet. I wish I could just fast forward the market 30 minutes so we can get this hourly close and see what we do. Because until then, we're just at a standstill. And I don't think we're going to see much of that. And this is the problem when the uncertainty comes into the market. With a daily chart like this, yes, it's more bearish than bullish. We're still in an aggressive uptrend. We could easily just continue to consolidate within this range. And it can happen for a while. Right? If you look at the weekly chart, especially on NQ, you can't look at this chart and tell me we don't want to consolidate for the next 3 months. And it wouldn't make sense. You go to the monthly chart, even if we want a 3-bar play to the upside, because I doubt this monthly is just going to rip to 30,000. If it does, holy shit, we're in a bubble, because that would put us up. What is that? 30.5% off the lows. It just we need the consolidation. We need it. We need some pullbacks. We need some consolidation. At this point, that's just what I'm living with. And I'm not even saying we need an aggressive pullback. We just need a very unfavorable market that a lot of people are going to struggle to trade. And it's going to be a lot of patience, a lot of waiting for that setup to happen. And once it does, you just execute on it. Wills, that's why I eat it. And I actually use it for pre-workout a lot of times. Is AMP a good brokerage? Seth, I have no clue what AMP is. I've never even heard of it personally. So that's something like maybe if someone in chat knows what AMP is, but me, no. What's your favorite chips? Out the way, I'm weird. I don't really have favorites of stuff. I don't know why. I don't have favorite foods. I don't really have favorite colors. I guess I'm just open-minded to the extent where I just don't have favorites because I usually like a bunch of different things. And it's hard for me to pick one thing and be like, yep, that's my favorite. Like people love asking the question, what's your death row meal? No clue, dude. Good food. That's about it. Elder, I don't know if I'm going to answer that one, my guy. I don't know if I'm going to answer that one. Why does TradeVate have such terrible reviews? Seth, the one thing I would say, especially when it comes to reviews, obviously reviews can be important. But most of the time, people leaving reviews aren't the ones that desperately love something. Like, I love TradeVate. I've never thought about leaving a review on the platform, personally. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be the people who don't love something or have a problem that are going to go to it and immediately leave a review. I honestly think I've barely left a review on anything in my life. That's why, like, any reviews just take with a grain of salt. Even if you look at like movies, you look at movies, go like Rotten Tomatoes or something, they'll say, this is a 20% and it's one of the greatest movies ever. Because people just love to nitpick things. How long did you trade until you went full time? Just over 2 years. So I think it was January of 2023. I went full time. January, February ish. Polar Bear, I think GameStop is, on a real note, Now, obviously, I don't know all the financials of it, but I think GameStop is an outdated company. They're at the point where they either have to fully reface the company, rebuild the entire back end for it to make sense to grow and be an actual value driven company versus what they currently are. Like, who the hell's still going to GameStop to buy games? Everything's online. I haven't bought a hard copy of a game in what, 4 years, something like that. So I think GameStop desperately needs to pivot. If they start doing that, I may look into it more. For now, though, to me, it's a worse investment than like Snapchat. They do have a lot of stack cash, but what are they going to do with that cash is the thing. Just because someone has cash doesn't mean they're a great company. If you look at MSTR, now mind you, they rallied. But down around this area with MSTR, their overall market cap was less than the quantity of Bitcoin that they held. I think they have like high $50 billion in Bitcoin and they're worth 63 billion. So the actual company itself is barely worth anything over their Bitcoin assets. So it's like, what is the company actually going to do with that versus just holding it? You know, cash is only so valuable. Yeah, I saw the GameStop trying to buy eBay. I did. Do you ever trade the extreme range or always wait for the breakout and retest? I'll trade the extreme range 100%. If I have conviction that it's going to be the range. And there's days where if I get into the market, in the end of the day, today's a good example. If I'm looking at something like this and my expectation are we are going to range the end of the day, I'm going to be looking to short tops and long bottoms easily if I have that full expectation. Something like right now, though, where I have an expectation of this range, I'm not going to touch because if I absolutely snipe the lows perfectly of this to the highs, it's 9 points. That's not going to interest me. I want to find something on ES particularly that would be like a 20-point range that I know is going to range. I'm going to start to trade it. When I'll look to time that range for the most part is going to be on the higher time frames if I have conviction that something's going to hold. So something like here, if you see obviously a really, really bearish candle overnight, when you start to see this failure kind of double bottom-esque type pattern here, and you have conviction off, let's say, the daily and the 4 hour, we're on the 4 hour here based off the failure to go lower. Price didn't get accepted. It started to get bought back up. If that wants to continue and I have conviction that it will, I'll buy it easily. I'll usually just throw a little bit wider of a stop because I know the upside potential is there. And it's going to be, once again, diving back into it. The YM trade we took a while ago. We were down around here. We longed YM like down here because we had conviction that the lower end of the 4 hour and daily range we're going to hold. We longed it and held it throughout the overnight. So yeah, TLDR, I do trade the range if I fully anticipate it to hold, or if I think the range is worth trading. What up, CJ? How you doing? It's so simple and easy to use. You talking about Tradeovate, or are you talking about the AMP? GameStop mainly sells home goods like themed cups, blankets, and toys. Source, my GF is a licensed sales and they're her client. So GameStop's basically like a local booth at a flea market is what you're telling me. That's not a company I'm buying into. If that's what they're living off of right now, that ain't something I'm even thinking about putting $1 in. Well, yeah, Austin, it's because no one's buying games unless they're buying consoles, but most people are just going to buy them off Amazon. Big money's from merch. Agreed. At the same time, though, am I going to buy a company that's selling trinkets and valued at $11 billion? No. Me personally, I'm not. Not at all. And if you look at this weekly chart, yeah, there is this pattern here. I don't even know when I drew this. Had to be here back in March. This chart looks like shit. Monthly failure to go higher, struggling while the rest of the market's rallying. This doesn't look good to me at all in any way possible. Do I think GameStop will occasionally still get the big squeeze that it gets? Yeah, because big hedge funds are continuously shorting this thing into the ground. And that'll cause the squeeze overall. The problem is, though, every time GameStop squeezes, the whole 2020 hype comes back and everyone just starts going, "Oh my God, GameStop's going to $1 million." And then they buy it at $400 again and get liquidated. Then lost it next day in snow. Yep. Eldred, my biggest loss ever is in snow as well. Snow 0 days, deadly. Especially after it was like 3 days after my biggest win ever. Because I was chasing that high. I'm saying GameStop doesn't have enough money to acquire eBay. Is betting on a short squeeze to acquire eBay. That's wild. So he wants a short squeeze that overvalues the company of what its current valuation is. That way he could acquire eBay. See how well that works. Download the games. That's what everyone does. Yeah, polar bear. I mean, it's there. If there's two companies that I'm truly just never going to buy personally, it's GameStop and Snapchat. It's just two companies I don't believe in the back end of, no matter what. Snapchat I know is mainly decent for like marketing and stuff, but it's just not a company. Like if you're over 20 and still using it, my theory is like, what are you doing? You know, and that's just how I look at it. No, it's definitely interesting. Look at ASML. Also, while charts are slower, obviously y'all are asking questions. Love it. If you have any stocks you want me to take a look at, can do that too. I'm still watching the indices. I just don't think there's like, look at this. I'm not stressing over share right now. If we start to move, I'm interested. Since I hopped on stream, if we take out this one massive, like 3-point candle, we have gone, where's the low? Not even 3 points. If anyone's looking for a trade, good luck. That ain't it. ASML looks like it's in this daily range, but it has a decent consolidation like here. That's going to be like the main pivot I'd be watching on it. You could probably tighten it up a little bit, go like that. If we continue to hold this, look for that higher low, look for the rip, you know. I don't know anything about this company. It's just fully technicals. I love the monthly consolidation if it can continue to break. Yeah, not bad. What up, Moke? How you doing? Polar bear. I mean, that's how a lot of things go, though, especially with bigger investors. I mean, think about us. We catch that one big trade, and then we kind of chase that high again, looking for the next one. It's the same thing with bigger companies like that, except the returns drastically better. Just look at a thing like Shark Tank. They'll throw 100 to 500 to $1 million into a bunch of different companies because they know that one that hits will generate them $1 billion in net worth off of that one sale. Like Scrub Daddy is a huge example of that. What do you think of Tesla? She's still chilling. I think the weekly has potential up into like 406. I still want to see it over 420. Once it gets over 420, I'm willing to throw whatever at it. I think over that, it can easily squeeze towards all-time highs. And yes, that sounds crazy because it's a 20% move. But we're talking about fucking Tesla here. Big monthly failure. I just over 408 gives us a monthly trigger. That would easily get us over 420 as well and get us looking towards like 450, 480s. I think we need out of this range, though. We're in a big shit range here. Till we're out of that, not a whole lot of interest. Just checking in. Charts are frozen. Yeah, Mitch. I'm watching ES, gold, and oil. This is my no trade zone on ES. We've moved a whole 3 points since I started stream 40 minutes ago. Crazy volatility today. Gold, this is my no trade zone. Sitting right in the middle of it. Oil, this is also my no trade zone. Sitting smack dab in the middle of that one too. So for now, I will say if someone's on here just looking for me to yeet some trades. At the moment, it ain't going to happen. You got to remember, cash is a position. If you want to stress over trading a 3-point range, you do you, boo boo. For me, though, it ain't even worth me putting a micro on, just even for stream. Do you have any long-term account like buying SPY? Polar Bear, what I want is to see a broader pullback in the market, and then I'm going to really start buying longer term. And that may be a while, right? It may be a decent bit, but I want to see us. Essentially, what I want is I'm not looking to buy long term with the NASDAQ up 22% straight up. If I miss an entry, whatever, the greatest thing about trading in this market is I have seen 4 or 5 different generational buying opportunities, according to everyone, in my 5 years of trading. I don't think me being a little patient on buying stuff here is going to kill it, you know? Will you miss some shares trades? Yes. You could also find names that have more value in them. For me, I'm just a very technical trader. I don't know, I'm not overly knowledge in fundamental aspect of investing. So I trade everything on technicals. I'll look at the monthly, 3-month, and yearly and see, all right, does this have a lot of potential? If it does, I'll take it. About Tesla for 5 years, I'll start trimming at 1K. Tesla's hit 1K like 4 times, but no, yeah. If you're bag holding Tesla, agreed. I had Tesla at 360 in 2021, 2 or 3 splits ago. And I sold it for like a 20% gain, thinking I was him. Ron, what are we in? Omar, we are in a 3-point range, brother. We are in a 3-point range. That is what we're in. Just trade 40 micros and you get a move. I don't think that's how that works, my guy. I don't think that's how that works at all. Trust me, y'all don't want to see me scalp. Me scalping is not a good sight. Why don't the prices on TradingView match Trade-Evate? Let me pull up Trade-Evate. 72.27.06. How far off are yours MES? Because I can tell you when the volume is this low in the market, you're gonna like one's gonna be delayed ever so slightly. It happens. TradingView and Trade-Evate aren't always perfectly on sync. There's usually a slight delay, even if it's a second in the afternoon session, just because of how low the volume is. Or if you look at your chart and right up where this little circle is on mine, if there's a D right there, then you're trading on delayed data, and that means you are 10 to 15 minutes behind. I trade micros and profitable, but I can't seem to make changes in the minis. How do you know when it's time? How do you go about it? I can't seem to make it happen. Well, I don't trade minis. So, one, I can't really answer that in too much detail. For me, it comes from expectations of trades. I have no problem trading 20 micros because I like to trim. I'll trim lots of 5 if I'm in something like that, maybe even lots of 10. But until I'm trading over 20 micros, then I would probably go towards minis. For me though, anything under it, I'm going to be trading micros because I like to trim. If you're not a person that trims and you just like to hold full position size like Jake, minis can make sense. But I think a mass majority of people in the stock market shouldn't even be thinking about minis. What about Blackstone? Like the company or the grill? Range Scout, baby. Omar. I don't know if you know me, but if you think I'm trading a 3-point range, even if I did max contracts, that'd be $600 if I snipe the highs to the lows. Would 600 be nice? Yes, but also I wouldn't want to lose 600. So that ain't happening. $15 closed like shit. At least we only have 13 minutes of the Asia Open. Maybe we get some volatility in there. right, Omar, let's calm down. What up, Ollie? I vote for Ron DJ hours. Let's switch to the 15-second. Gail, the hard part is I'm not built like Jake. I don't have the 15-second subscription. See, if I go, I ain't got it. I ain't built like that. I got the one below it where you can only get 4 charts. That's a whole nother thing outside my budget. Also a good pointer when the indices are looking like this and you're seeing every single 2-minute candle on ES gap, it ain't worth trading. It ain't worth trading. She trades micros. Let's calm the fuck down. 200 likes and I dye my hair pink. How cheap you think I am? Do you ever place your trades on TradingView or Tradeovate? I'd place everything on Tradeovate. I have 3 screens. The one you're looking at, when I'm looking forward is the charts. When I'm looking a little left is the chat. When I'm looking this way, I'm looking at my broker. So I have everything separate. 202. Oh, I'm glad you upped it for me. I'm real glad. I get absolutely nothing out of the 202 likes besides you guys getting a giveaway. I'll make a deal though. You guys get 200 likes on the stream, I'll do a giveaway. We are currently far from it at 77, but there are also 192 people watching. You just hit the little thumbs up under the stream, get 200, we'll do a giveaway. Fluorescent green. All right, y'all just want to see me hate life, huh? Yeah, there still ain't anything to do. RTY is a little bit stronger. Even structurally. Yeah, a little bit. Because if you look at this low compared to the current price action, we're at it where ES is drastically below, and same with NQ. So yeah, RTY is slightly stronger. I still am interested in the RTY takeover here. We look at this daily chart. If it doesn't fail, if this isn't like an all-time high failure, let's say this is a trap day and we see some move, like some rally higher during the overnight. If RTY gets above 28.35s, I think this thing can squeeze. Because we all know small caps love to squeeze. Are we in the economy for small caps to be squeezing? Not really. But it could happen. Green will look good, brother. I don't think so. My big ass head with neon green hair. I hate trading micros, prefer to be taken hostage without a chance to trim. I mean, brother, you do you. I can tell you though, if I'm trading just minis, I will tilt. Mainly just because like I would have to have such a tight stop loss unless I'm trading one mini, but then I can't even trim. So I would lose interest immediately. Fine. Shave the brows. You know, that'd be bad. Cause don't those take like 3 months to grow back? Like if I just full shaved my eyebrows off, like even my fingers there, dude. No. Hell no. Yeah, Polar Bear, I trade 50Ks. That's all I trade. Because if I trade 150Ks, Jake gave me one before. Started trading minis, made like 4,500, tried to make like $5,000 the next day, gone. Disappeared. I'm like, well, that account was long lived. I get greedy trading minis. I do, and I know it. So for me, I don't love it. I have a higher probability of tilting trading minis. That's why I would rather trade, and this sounds insane. I would rather trade 20 micros than 2 minis. Don't know why. It's probably just all up here, but it's just how I am. Just permanent surprised with no eyebrows. Pretty much, dude. I would need I don't even know what I would need, but a lot would have to happen for me to shave my fucking eyebrows. All right, Jesse. We're going to take a gander at this. I know NQ moved, but even this NQ 5-minute candle. Now, yes, it dropped. Does it look larger compared to the current price action? Yes. That's 15 points. That's less than a stop loss for me on NQ. Like, I get it. We're in low volume. You can get really, really tight risk to rewards, but that just loses my interest overall. I'm not saying that, like, if you caught it, it's not a good trade, whatever. I'm saying for me, it's like, eh. Chat is extra funny tonight. This is what happens during the Asia streams if nothing's happening in the market. Chat just goes rogue. I can't get them under control. They do whatever they want. And then next thing you know, people are trying to like the stream, so I shave my eyebrows and dye my hair hot pink. But no, Jesse, it's because I view everything from a broader scale. When I'm looking at it, it's not aggressive. If we lose this area, which would be similar to ES, I think we could go to today's lows. It wouldn't be shocking, right? The 4 hour looks pretty brutal. Consolidating near like the mid of the range, but even so, I just want to skip all of tomorrow to where price action looks a little bit better. No eyebrows got me, but money back. You're right. I won't. I'm not that cheap where I would shave my eyebrows and dye my hair pink. At least Jake, when he dyed his hair blonde, he looked fine. He looked great. Me, hot pink hair and no eyebrows, dude. You just want me to get 5 viewers every day. To be fair, and I would probably get like 500 if I did that. Maybe even more. That would kill the morale. GC. I'm sitting at that 25 area. I want to keep an eye on. I'm wondering if the 8 p.m. open is going to bring some volatility. Hopefully. Do at least one and half of your head pink. No, I'm not fucking doing it. 15-minute candles don't look too crazy. Well, no, it's because we haven't moved, brother. If we get out of this range, I feel like they could look a little crazy. I would love some crazy candles because that means we can catch some volatility. We don't have volatility. It's non-existent. Just your morale to be all-time highs. Your views will skyrocket. I mean, tell you what, well, if I'll do it, all we gotta do is monetize the entire channel so that way we can get tips and subs. Make a couple grand if I'm gonna at least shave my eyebrows off. Pink hair or trade silver minis. Calm. That's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a fucking tough one. Can I do it on an eval or does it have to be funded? Wait, that's not silver. No, this chart looks like shit. All right. Maybe we're getting something off the lows there. Yeah, ZP, that's the thing though. For that to happen, all I got to do is monetize the entire channel. So, like, tips and subs could be on. I'll run the 24-hour stream. Dude, I'll make 15K for shaving my eyebrows. Easy. Easy done. Shave head or trade live cattle for a weird. Well, see, I have a large cranium and it's odd shaped. So I'd probably rather trade live cattle for a year. But dude, I've thought about shaving my head. Am I going to? No. But like every time you just pick up a trimmer, you just sit there and you think about it and you're just like, is today the day? Like eventually you got to just try it. I haven't done it yet, but you never know. It's that like inner voice you're consistently fighting. Don't know why, it always shows up. It's just that wonder, like, what would I look like bald? And it'll tell me, do I need to like desperately worry about my hair or do I just rip it off? Don't touch silver. I ain't touching silver. 4 more minutes and we may move another 2 points. Hell yeah. Yeah, ZP with that instance, I would 100% do it. If that whole scenario played out easily. We're kind of setting up swallowed water wrong. We're kind of setting up for Asia that looks like it might want to try to go. Because we have the hourly fail to go lower. We have the 15 holding the low end of the range. If we get the 15-minute trigger back over the open, it could give potential. I'm just not convinced yet. Because it could also be a 5-minute bear flag where we reject in the last minute, slam down, Asia sends us lower. Lower range area on what time frame? Like for an entry? Also, yo, we are currently at 90 likes on the stream. Even if I don't take a trade today, I'll be giving away a 50K Lucid account. If y'all want it, if you want me to give away, you got to like the stream. It's easy. Costs you nothing. Does absolutely nothing for you, but it helps me get a little bit more reach. Is today's stream the day that we want drastic reach on? No, because the market looks like shit. But anyway, show some love. That's going to be the little thumbs up underneath the channel or underneath the video. The little heart in the chat is just showing love. Also, if you want to see Jake dye his hair blonde on stream live, help us get to 50K subs. I don't care if you have to create new accounts. Just don't bot the channel. You bot the channel, we're going to be pissed because it's going to ruin the entire Project 365. Don't do it, please. But if we get to 50K subs by June 30th, Jake dyes his hair blonde. Imagine Jake joins me. Hear me out. If we can get this going for my birthday stream, it would cut 2 weeks off. It's a detrimental 2 weeks. Jake joins us on the Asia session live, dyes his hair blonde. Done. Easy. I'd be in. All right, so we got the Asia session open. Let's see what we get. If this doesn't provide volatility, we're going to be in shambles. Absolute shambles. Just got here a minute ago, 91 now. It better be. Better at least be 100. We got 103. All right. 125 is the next goal. We can do it. We can creep up there. Because I want to give y'all an account. I'll even open the giveaway thing right now. I'm not doing it. We're not opening it. But I'll open the tab to be able to run it. All right, she ready. Now it's up to you guys if you like the stream or not. Don't worry, I'll start. All right, Joe. Interesting. Gold with a little bit of a rejection here alongside oil. Am I crazy for kind of wanting to try an oil short here? I'm torn though, just because of the indices, but we are getting towards the lower end of the range. The only thing I just don't want to short the low end of the range. I think I am crazy for wanting to try an oil short. I think I'm actually delusional for wanting to try that. Asia stocks are poised to pull back from record highs as renewed U.S.-Iran clashes shatter the fragile ceasefire, driving Brent crude above 114 per barrel near a 4-year high. Lovely. Pushing long-term U.S. Treasury yields past 5% on rate hike bets and threatening to stall tech. Asia open might as well close. Fair. If oil does pull back, I'll feel dumb because I talked about it, didn't take it. I don't know. I'm just trying to be patient today. There's a chance I'd be too patient. We'll see. We'll see how the opportunity plays out. I definitely want to trade. I just don't want to do dumb shit. You know, it's one of those days. RTY longs low key hitting. I mean, point wise, they're moving. I really hear me out though. We get above this on RTY, and we got fucking room, dude. Like we got room. It would be one of those trades where I'm going to throw a 5 to 7 point stop on and just let it go. Well, that candle's less appealing. I don't hate the thought of RTY. Let's see how ES reacts to the top of this range. If anyone took the oil short, GG's. Congratulations. Starting to work. I would honestly be looking aggressive on oil, but I'm definitely going to be stalking the indices here. NQ check in 1 minute, please. What do you want me to check? What are we looking at? Yeah, Brendan, that's the thing. When RTY moves, and a lot of people don't realize this, is it'll move the same or more as ES on days where people are solely focused on the small caps. It'll move 50, 60 points easily, and it can easily outpace the S&P 500 on that day, right? But you can get a 2 to 5 point stop easily on RTY. Had every reason to continue lower, especially, dude, gold's one of those days. Not right now, probably, because it's up a little bit. But no, today, I mean, this thing got cooked. Also, where gold is an absolute pain in the ass is something like this. 25 point just dump, full reversal up 30, and then right back down. That would stop a mass majority out. You can kind of see exactly why I didn't want to trade while within this range and how well this range is holding so far. I'm going to throw RTY up. I'm not in. I'm watching. Think you made big uppies for the session? It did. Yeah. 50 points on this session is a pretty decent sized move for what we were currently just getting. Cody, I do that a lot too. Sometimes you just have to get out of trades in the market. There could be the greatest opportunities in the world, and just sometimes it's just not it. Like today, the reason I drew these areas and ranges, first off, because yesterday we were just taking little dumb stabs I didn't need to take, and I'd rather wait for conviction. And if this oil trade does end up dumping without me, I'm okay with it because, to be honest, I didn't trade the greatest today. My execution just wasn't there, and I don't want that to carry farther. For me, it just helps me build, when I build a lot of patience after just a mediocre day, that's when I start to do a lot better, because the last thing I want is that to drag out 2-3 days at a time. And what that means is you're just being patient. You're watching moves happen without being in anything. I forced a trade after I saw the move up. Happened to be Microsoft. I refuse to chase a lot unless I see something that I truly believe has potential. And there's very few trades I always go back to and talk about. But the one day, the 2 Fridays ago in the video was one where I saw the momentum kicking up. I knew it had a lot of potential and I was willing to dive in. Yeah, a lot of charts did this today. A lot of charts had that really big aggressive pullback throughout the day. which we're just currently range bound. We're waiting for something to give us conviction. What's interesting though is technically the ceasefire ended, right? Iran started bombing the UAE. This entire rally was because we were quote unquote ceasefire, right? It ended, and this is all we made because there's still going to be peace talks no matter what. So just a really good proven thing to not trade the news, just trade the damn chart. Glad I didn't short oil because I'd be a little irritated with that. What I'd be looking for now, though, is how oil is going to react to the open. Because if it starts to reject, what we could see on the indices is more of a consolidation candle build up at the highs of this range. If oil starts to reject back off of that, give a little 5-minute inside bar towards the lower end. What that would do is keep the weakness on this, likely bring the buyers into the indices. Then we look for that break outside of the range after a consolidation candle. But another flex account to double down on your goal. What do you mean double down on your goal? Oil can get kind of nasty here. And this is why I'm not overly interested in this oil short, even though it could easily work out. If we get an uglier 5-minute close, I might be interested. But it's that I can paint a picture either way on the hourly. There's two things that are likely going to happen here. We're either going to keep this low and fail to go lower, and oil is going to be a lot stronger, or it rejects, closes at the lows for the hourly candle, and this turns into a very, very bearish chart. Not like very bearish on the higher time frames, but more so on the hourly. Even just with like RTY, I think 816s isn't crazy, and even 834s isn't crazy if it wants to get buying pressure. But it's a big if. I promise you, I'm stuck in trades. There's just nothing that I've desperately wanted to throw money at yet. I would love a light consolidation up here. That would be my whole plan. Look for a consolidation at the highs of these ranges. Look for the break to the upside on it. Maybe get this strong 15-minute close, another consolidation bar after, or just let this one close and then we look for the break. So that would give us another 5-minute candle, which would give us 2 little consolidation candles here. Look for the quote unquote 3-bar play aspect to the upside, and I'd be interested. If we reject here, I lose interest immediately. Because once again, we'd be right back in this bullshit range. Oil's trying to be strong. And that makes me hesitant. But everything is still in the range now that we drew in the beginning. Because if oil does get a little bit of strength, this will likely reject here, and then we just go right back to the lows. And then this whole thesis just sucks. Because I'm working towards getting my first funded, but me buying another account, it helps my psych, because if I lose one, I got another. Cody, agreed. And something I love to do, Alan does it as well, is rotate between accounts. I have no problem making $500-600 on even an eval. And then once I do that, just lock that account for the day if you need to, or unless you feel absolutely dialed, keep trading, you know, it's just how you want to trade it. I have no problem, let's say, making like $500 to $1,000 on an account, locking it, and then just going and trading a different one. So that account's guaranteed secured, has that amount. ES and NQ kind of look like they want to blow off the top. We'll see, though. We shall see. I'm waiting at least 3 minutes for the 15-minute close, no matter what. Yep, Cody, it's just because typically what a lot of people do is they'll trade multiple accounts together, or they won't go to their secondary account until they start tilting for the most part, or they pass an account, then they'll start rotating the other one. It's nice to just split it up throughout the days because then no matter what, you're not just trading one. Let's say you take 2 losses back to back, it's just 1 loss per account, 1 R, it's not gonna kill you in the end. Let's say you're risking $200 to $300 if you're trading normal size for the most part, it should be very recoverable. Versus now taking 2, 3 losses on one account and you're down $500 to $700. Now you start thinking about that drawdown a little bit more. Yeah, that oil 15-minute is a little more aggressive there. See, we're up at about 217 viewers now. First off, thank y'all for being here. Second off, once we get to 200 likes on the stream, which should be easy, there's 217 of you. I'll be giving away a 50K Lucid eval. That's all you got to do. Go below the video, click the little thumbs up. Appreciate the support. In the end, yes, it does support me. It just helps us get some reach, helps us get some new viewers. That's how a lot of y'all got in here. A lot of y'all came in from YouTube algorithm, which is sick. I love to see it. And one of y'all will win a new eval. Yeah, Cody, I like doing it. Now, if there's a day where I see an A+ setup that I absolutely love, I don't have a problem trading 2 accounts together and linking them, but I never trade over like 3 together. And then when I get on the funded stage, something that can help a lot of people, the way I like to do it, if I'm trading a bunch of accounts together, I trade smaller size and just work on compounding all of them at the exact same time. I know it kind of defeats the whole purpose, but I'm focusing more on the compound versus the potential like larger wins overall. It's an interesting little 2-minute candle. 5-minute failure to go lower would be nice. Oil rejecting back under the open. Gold getting a little bit of a breakout. I saw someone was long gold. Congrats. Do you trade? No, not at all. Yeah, I trade. Right now, I'm just waiting, looking to see what the charts are going to do. I finally have interest in something. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, and I haven't seen any interest. First time trading Asia session, just know there are going to be days where Asia session does this, and it's boring. But when it finally starts to move around like that 820, 830 mark, it can be interesting. It can be very beneficial to draw some areas like this on Asia session, and don't trade it until we break out of it. Wait for confirmation 100% on Asia, and this is a great example why. I was stalking this chart for a 5-minute trigger to give us a strong 15-minute close up to the upside, give us that break. We rejected, not interested. Now we're right back in the middle of the fucking range. Asia the best for max sizes. I trade larger size on Asia 100%. I definitely trade larger sizes. Now, I'm not like aggressively trading larger sizes, maybe like 5 to 10 more micros instead of my normal like 10 that I trade during New York. Is it Deader or Dieter? And it's probably not even because you got a lot of words there. But wait, let's see. It's slow. It is very slow, but what I like about that is it allows you to get really nice entries at times. You can get really, really tight stops if you are just patient and waiting for the entry. Oil's kind of getting interesting now. This hourly, yeah. We went from potentially looking at an upside breakout to if this hourly closes like this, hold the fuck on because we might go down to here. I'm still waiting till this range breaks. It's a game of patience today. I'm gonna play that game. You gotta remember cash is a position. It's a lot better than me longing right here early and just getting nuked. I would much rather be sitting here just yapping. What would you risk on a 25K flex on the eval compared to the funded? Cody, the difference for me is I like to trade them both the same. Most of the time, if I trade a funded account and I don't do well on it, it's typically because I just tried to pass the eval in one trade, maybe even two. I have no problem trading an account slower. Like I've had these Tradeify, I've had one of these Tradeify evals for 2 days, one for one. They're both up like $1,200. I've had a Lucid eval for like a week. And I don't take every single trade on them. I do what I talked about, where let's say I take a setup now, I might trade Tradeify. If that's a green trade, I might close those accounts and go over to Lucid and trade that one. Or I might go to the funded account and trade that one, you know? How do you draw them and what's the basis of it? I'm going to assume that you're talking about the levels or these lines. I quite frankly just looked at the price action and drew them. Why did I draw this top one? You can look at this price action here, how much we respected this throughout all of this, and I just drew it. Because support resistance is going to be more of a broad area, not a finite level. That's how I believe in it. Same with the support. Find out where I'm rejecting on, let's say, the 5, maybe even the 15-minute chart, and draw it out. You can see I drew these before this price action all happened, and we're respecting them immensely. Because all it is finding the range, drawing the highs and lows of the current range we're in. If we break that range, good. If not, we're just stuck in the range. And I don't want to trade a range. We traded a range yesterday. It wasn't that fun. Gold, big rejection, top of the range. Oil, failed breakout. Glad I didn't short that. I want to trade Russian session. Huh? But no, Shiv, I have no problem using the end of New York session for the area. If we get a big gap up or gap down, we're likely going to see more volatility. This isn't going to be as useful unless you just do it off of the first hour price action. When we consolidate all of the end of New York and then open flat and can start consolidating during Asia, I'm going to draw this because what that tells me is likely the charts don't look that favorable. And if you look at this 4-hour chart, that if I take away everything, that doesn't look, if you look at this, it's not like a hell yeah, I need to be in something. And this is one of the major time frames I pay attention to. But no, there are definitely going to be days during this session where we do this, we range, we don't fully trade, and we just wait. Because we're in a market, like I said earlier, we're in a market where the uncertainty is growing. When the uncertainty grows, we don't range that much. And if we do, it's more so to the downside than the upside. That's just because uncertainty is fear, right? When the fear kicks up, who usually pops in? Bears. When bears are in, you get the volatility. I'd rather just wait, not even till there's certainty, but more so till there's an overall direction, and then I'll trade that. Just bought a 50K account and read up on the payouts. Is there a reason to try to smack over 500 profit in a session just because anything surpassing the $1,000 drawdown might get capped? Nathan, what prop firm are you on? But also, just because there's $1,000 withdrawal doesn't mean like that's the cap. What it does is it builds a buffer so you can trade slightly more size on prop firms. And when you build the buffers help people out who keep the accounts for a while. I'm going to be honest. Probably 80% of the chat is going to blow an account before the buffer even matters. Maybe even higher than that. Because like 95% of people it's like 5% of people even ever get a payout or some shit. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, I like building a buffer because then the trailing drawdown stops. Once you get over like 2,600 2,600 in profit, the drawdown becomes stagnant and it locks $100 over the 50K balance. And at that point, you never have a drawdown at all. Like trailing drawdown, it's just static and you can trade how you want. But yeah, it just gives you more buffer. Because let's say you make $2,000 or $2,600, and then you withdraw the 1,000. You now have 1,600 in drawdown. So you just got to. It's just how you want to trade it. You know. Yeah, 5 point stop, then break even after 5 points. Let me tell you, I've passed Apex's one trade. Apexes are. I used to yeet those accounts religiously. Anytime I would tail it, I would buy Apex accounts, trade them one at a time, and just full port. Because in worst case, if I blew 5 accounts, it would cost me what, a 90% off, like $100 on a tilt. Jason, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, I like it. One of the greatest things on certain accounts, if they don't have consistency, is building a big buffer quicker. Like, and I'm not saying force it, but if you hit a really nice trade, let's say you make $3,000, because I've done that before on Lucid Flexes, and it's really nice. Because then you can just trade smaller size, compound the account over time, and just continuously take withdrawals. Hey, Johnny, that's going to be personal preference. Some people need to take the fastest payout they can. Other people kind of need, like, they can be patient and wait for the max payout. I just know a lot of traders, especially myself in the past. I've done it. I've gotten to the point where I've requested a payout and blown the account before I actually got the payout. So a lot of people, if you've been struggling in trading and you get the chance to get a payout, let's say it's your first payout, fucking take it. Give yourself that little bit of a confidence boost. Just don't crush yourself on the drawdown that's left, and we'll see. M Noel. Usually my time slot is 7 to 9. I typically trade till 10, 10:30, for being honest. Today, though, if the market stays like this, it's going to be 7 to 9. And I haven't had a 2-hour stream in probably a week and a half. Most of them have been at least 3. Spencer, you're looking at it, brother. This is the session so far. This is it. We ain't got shit going on. I almost took a trade. I was waiting to see if this triggered to get a break over the highs. Didn't. Now we're waiting. We break either of these areas, I'm interested. Interested on oil for sure, especially with this 15-minute. If it closes stronger, be a beautiful chart. I mean, the consolidation, right? Can you look at, if you look at just this part of the chart, oh, could this be a bear flag? Yes. But you got to remember, all a consolidation is there's a support below, resistance above. I don't care if it's a bear flag or bull flag. I care which direction it breaks. If it breaks to the upside, that's when we can see the continuation. If this breaks to the upside, I want to see over 106. Over 106, hold the fuck on, because shit's going to get really ugly. This is also what's not so great. When we look at the market, we know the negative correlation between ES and oil. If you've been on my streams, you know the correlation, you know what we typically want to see. You look at this chart, ES is not far off all-time highs. We go back to oil, oil's just as far off of recent highs. If anything globally bad goes where the indices start to pull back, we're looking at oil 120 easily, without even a question. Gas is $6.50 a gallon on the low end. And I can tell you, though, I'm not going to get all tinfoil hatty, but if oil gets over 120, we're in trouble. In general, we're in trouble if oil gets up there. Also, something going on at the grocery stores. I went to the grocery store today. I went to Walmart, and a lot of the shelves were missing a shitload of product. Jeff, it's like $5 a gallon right now for me. And that's crazy. Luckily, I fill up once every 2 months. Yeah, no, if it gets to $6 a gallon here, you're talking most other places are 8 to 11. And that's tough. You have a 32-gallon tank like I do, that's $320 to fill up. Someone said gold short. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Same thing with oil. I mean, same thing as the oil thing. This is the consolidation right now. We rejected the highs. If we get this hourly fail to go higher, failed breakout when what should happen doesn't, we anticipate the opposite. If this wants to start pushing, if gold breaks 45.20s, we already hit our 45.40 area that we were talking about. Where's this thing going now? I mean, are we looking at 40? Where do you guys think gold's going? Are we looking at like 4,400 if this breaks today? If we break today's lows and hold below, where are we looking at? Because I might be looking 4,400, 43.50s. In honesty. Do I ride horses to get around? No, I'm not fucking Amish. There's Amish around me, but I'm not Amish. Are we finally moving? Mitch, we moved to the highs and then back to the lows, brother. I know you're probably in a position. What are you in? Tell me. What do I need to full port? I know you got the sauce. You got the gamma. I probably missed a few things. Diego, they have a promotion. Let's see. I was almost ready on my first Apex account last week, but things happened, although I'm not sure it's worth it to pay $100 to have a 25K account. Diego, I'm going to talk about Apex real quick because I love Apex. The only thing I don't love is the false advertising a lot of people are doing. A lot of people lately, and it's not just Apex, I believe Top One is another one that's doing it, where they have these big sales and it's 80, 90% off. The accounts are $25 to $40 a piece. And people start saying you can get funded for $25, $40 a piece. That's a fucking lie. It's a straight lie. And I worked at Apex for 5 years. I love it, Apex in general. They pay out as long as you follow the rules. They're a good company. What I don't like is the people that promote them and try to build a misconception there, saying it's $30 to $40 to go fund it. It's not. Because it may be the discount for $30, but then you got to think about the funding fee. Funding fee is usually $125. When you look at the price perspectives, a lot of times you can get a 25K with Lucid or Apex for $70, or Lucid or Tradeify for $70. Now, if you want to try to trade Apex and you want to trade multiple accounts together, you want to scale, that's what Apex is built for. Apex is built for the scaling potential, and I love that with that company. If you want to scale through and through, that's where I like to go to. Yeah, I like the all-in-one price, no activation fee, because then it's a straight rate. And like I said, it's nothing with the company. I love Apex. It's just the people who are promoting it saying that it only costs that. And I've mainly seen that with like the Top One, where people are pushing that out. It's like, if you're going to say, just be honest, say there's a funding fee as well. Because you can get a lot of people, let's say you buy 5 accounts because they're $30. That's $150. But if you pass them, that's $600. A lot of people who wanted to pay $150 for accounts aren't going to want to fork over $600 to fund them. Gas is like $4.30 in New York City. I figured it'd be higher than that. Went to work this morning at 6:30. Gas was $3.50. Left work at 3:30. Gas was $4. Damn. Talk about inflation. That's the cool thing about trading too, is you can strategically time when you fill up your gas tank. She trades micros. You're in Hawaii. I'm jealous. I'm immediately jealous. I've never been to Hawaii, but it always looks nice. So that should be the hourly chart. If gold starts to hold, dude, if gold holds, if oil starts to reject and the indices reject the low of the range, we are just in shit. Like, there's times to execute. I would love to put on a trade even for the stream, even though I never just trade for the stream. I trade because I love to trade, but it ain't there yet. I tried driving diesel. Taylor, my family, we sold them, but we used to have 2 roll-off trucks that we had to fill every single day. So trust me, I know it hurts. It's painful. I didn't drive them, but seeing the bills come across was painful. Guys, we're at 126 likes right now. I want to give you guys a Lucid account. I might even lower the thing to 175 because we're on a slower stream. But we get 175 likes, I'll give away a Lucid 50K account. All you got to do is go below the video, hit the little thumbs up, show some love. A lot more than 126 of you should be liking the stream. Is this session boring as hell trading wise? Yes, that ain't my fault. Don't take it out on me. Take it out on the market. What up, Christian? What up, Juan? Welcome. If you have any questions, let me know, brother. 25 points above, 25 points above for the current range. Yeah, I mean, Mitch, this is just brutal. We haven't seen one of these days where it's 10 points and even the Asia session hasn't broken out in a minute. Like we've at least gotten some price action in something. Normally when this happens, the indices will consolidate and we'll see oil pick up steam or we'll see gold pick up steam. Everything is stuck. And that just means we don't know where the hell the market wants to go right now. To be honest, I kind of like oil longs. I kind of do. Because that would mean short ES at the low of the range. Problem is at the low of the range, though. If it wants to hold, then oil will pull back a little bit. But oil longs don't look too shabby. Appreciate you, Dev. See you later. Why don't I answer your question? Where the hell's your question? I'll click on your name to find your question. My man, Alex, you deleted both of your messages. How am I supposed to answer the questions if you delete them? Actually, you deleted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 messages this stream. How am I supposed to answer if they're not there, brother? You just got to wait for me to catch up on chat and I'll ask. But if you delete them before I get to them, I can't answer them. They're not there, so I can't answer them, you know? It's like it doesn't make sense. I don't even see in the chat. Usually it says someone deleted a message and I'll look to my right and be like, oh, it's deleted. I can still read it. There's nothing. I don't see shit. There's not a deleted message, but it shows me you deleted 14 of them. So how am I supposed to answer that if they don't exist? I'm not ruining anybody. I'm just trying to make it make sense, dude. What, Alex? I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I see on my end from you. And this isn't calling you out. It's just showing you. There's nothing. You deleted them all. Or you were saying something that chat's deleting them because it says held for review. So I don't know what you were saying. You might want to reword it. Because if YouTube's cutting your stuff out, then you got to be saying something. It looks like YouTube's deleting them. So I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. But if it says your message is under review, my guy, YouTube's coming after you, not me. I'll answer them if they're there, but if YouTube's after you. Because I see these messages, so you're not banned in chat. You're here. How many funds did I blow before I got a payout? Well, that doesn't make sense for YouTube to delete that. But, I mean, a lot. On Apex, I used to buy 5 to 10 accounts at a time and send them. Because I was looking for the big home run payout. So probably 50. And I'll be transparent. Probably 50. Easily. Dude, I have no clue. YouTube said, nah, your question ain't it. Also, Jeff, a little easy, brother. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, I already read that for Dev. 20 is fill up now. Half a tank. Got to close my eyes and pretend it's on E. If you want to feel better about filling your gas tank, just don't let it get to E. Fill it once you lose a quarter of a tank. You'll feel a lot better overall. Best of luck for the giveaway. Appreciate you, Dev. Speaking of which, we're at 147 likes, guys. Like the stream, and I'll give away a Lucid account. 50K. Mitch, 71.55 is the equivalent for ES, the biggest position in the range for tomorrow. So do it that way you will. 71.55 on ES. Where does that line up with? Right here-ish. Around that kind of support. Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I'm in full. I said it 20 times on this stream. I'm in full. The market doesn't know what the hell it wants to do. So at the same time, that means I don't know what the hell I want to do. Like I said, if ES holds this and pushes back up, we're stuck in the fucking range again. Now we got to see how we react to the open. NQ is already back above the open. Oil rejecting a little bit. Glad it didn't long it. Waited on oil again. Was it set up there? Yeah. Did it hold so far? No. Gold, right back to the low of the range, held. What the hell do we do there? We'll figure it out eventually. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see if something pops up. YouTube saw blow and misunderstood. That makes sense. That makes sense. If the YouTube probably saw the blow thing and might have thought you were hating for some reason. It also could have been if you posted it too many times. But I would have seen that because I've read every single message in chat. When did you stop using Apex? I still use Apex. I just don't use them as often. I love Tradeovate and Tradeify more. I keep saying Tradeovate. Tradeify and Lucid more, personally. Just their overall plans. The one thing I don't love about Apex is the $1,000 drawdown. I think it's kind of criminal. I don't love, like, even if I want to trade a little more aggressive, $1,000 of drawdown is just tight. Even if I want to trade regular, let's say I'm risking 500 on an eval. That's 2 trades. I don't want to be locked out of an account if I lose $1,000 when I have $2,000 of drawdown. How long till I got to pay out? Weeks or months? Definitely months, San. Definitely months. Most people aren't getting payouts within months or even weeks, in all transparency. If they are, they're doing well. Beltrix, you're not going to love it. What's your go-to high protein meal prep? I need some inspiration. If I'm talking meat, I'm eating a pound of something, whether it's like 93.7 ground turkey, chicken breast, or beef. And if I'm just looking for a snack, dude, I get the low-fat yogurt, or I'll just get the whole fat if I really don't care. I'll get yogurt. I'll put a scoop of protein in it, mix it up, and it's like 80 grams of protein. It's atrocious. But if you're missing meals and you need some protein, dude, Joe, I would take 3 servings of the 000 Oikos and put a scoop of protein in it. Criminal. But you're talking 70 grams of protein. Oh, dude, it's so easy. Like if you just miss a meal, because there's times I'll get distracted with trading and working and I just won't eat. And I'll be like, oh shit, I got to eat. Like I'm probably going to do it today. I didn't have a whole lot to eat today, so I'm probably just going to grab yogurt, put some shit in it, and down it. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is good, but you just got to eat a lot more of it. Today I had 4 eggs, 6 turkey sausage, and a sweet potato. The problem with lifting, what it has done to me is ruined my egg thing. Because I will eat minimum 6 eggs at a time. Like today, I went to the grocery store. I bought 48 eggs. And we already had a whole carton in the fridge. And my brother's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, they're eggs. I like them. I'm going to get to the recent questions, but I missed some comments. Good night, guys. I'm tired of watching scrap. See you later, Com, even though you're probably already gone. That's what you should do with guys anyway below half in case you need to dip and go somewhere far. Elder, what are you planning for? If you got to go somewhere far, you got D-Day coming? I don't know if you remember me from the Discord group, but username was Leonard LM. Yeah. I just got 10K payout with TPT last Thursday. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I remember LMK. Hell yeah. Fucking love to see it. Could watch on the indices, see if we'd set a 5-minute lower high here on ES off the open. Could be a decent short opportunity. Unconventional 3-bar play. The only reason I say it's unconventional is because of this more bullish candle. But if we go to just this, focus on this, obviously it's going to be hard to see right there, but focus on the last 2 candles. Bearish bar consolidation. Look for the next bearish bar breakdown. I don't hate it. What does oil look like? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try the ES short. I'm going to throw a stop at 34 though. Plan would be to leave it for a longer term, a larger move. I would love today's lows. Are we going to get there? I don't know. I'm willing to let this be my one trade on the day. I got in 26.25s. If we hold, we hold. For me, is what it is. I'm running that. Dream World would be here. Can look for some profit like there if you want a little less risk. That's what I'm trading. Wait, it's not 50, it's 25. There. I'll take it. We'll see if I'm here for the whole thing. If it does start to pivot back up, I might tighten the stop below the open. I'm just giving it room right now. If we start to fail this 5-minute little sell that we got, I'll tighten the stop. Back to chat. Do you trade ranges of the ones currently like on the stream, or do you look for breakouts? It depends on what I anticipate out of the market. If I anticipate more of a range to continue overall and consolidation to play out, I'll trade the range. I don't love trading this type of range because it's 10 points. I'm not going to be overzealous over a little 10-point move. Can it be nice? Yes. But what I want would be more so I like to trade the range when I'm anticipating the range to possibly break. Because worst case, let's say I'll long the lows, trim up at the highs, and then I'll let runners do their thing if they break. That's how I prefer to trade ranges. I'm actually going to drop this. Because if we hit 32, we're hitting the high of the range. No point in risking extra. Not going to do what I did yesterday, though, where I keep squeezing it. I'm just going to leave it there. Because if we get up here, we fail this 5 anyway. No point in risking more. I've been stuck at 20K a year in payouts for 3 years now. Feels like I'm hitting a wall. Will, you just got to dive in, figure out why you're hitting that wall. What's causing it? What are you struggling with currently that's causing you to either lose the accounts or to just not get more in payouts than that? 20K is fire in payouts. Most people don't ever achieve that at all. So it's great. You just got to ignore the social media aspect of people getting massive payouts, you know? But no, if you've been getting that for 3 years, you're just stuck in the break-even phase, which is one of the hardest parts of trading. Because at that point, you're just changing little finite things to improve your trading. Canned chicken breast from Costco is the ultimate hack. I will not eat canned chicken. I'm not going to eat chicken out of a can. It just doesn't interest me one bit. What are we doing on the 2? If this 2 starts to trigger, I mean, I like the stop. Could easily throw a stop at 30. Probably just going to leave it. If we hold the low of the range, what are we going to do? We're just going to range, right? We're in a range. I'm seeing if it breaks. Could wait till we break down here. I'd rather just get this entry off the open. I think it's a solid entry if it wants to work and trigger. Giveaway, yeah, give me a couple seconds. I'm going to catch up on chat real quick, and then we'll do the giveaway. How many likes are we at? Yeah, let's get 14 more likes. I'll run the giveaway easily. 14. There's 213 of you in here. There's 161 likes. With how YouTube works, there's probably like 107 of you that haven't liked it, maybe 150. 14 of y'all can like the stream real quick. Peptides, what's your take? I'm really interested in them. I am. Just overall health and general support. Am I going to be interested in taking like the most random shit? No. Like, am I going to be taking melanotan to tan more? No, I'm not interested in that. I'd be more interested in like BPC, stuff like that. But no, I'm definitely interested in possibly getting into them. What do you think about PLTR? I think we already looked at PLTR. Where'd it go for earnings though? Down. All right. Interesting. So it's at 142s. I mean, PLTR, you just need it to break this range. If you're a little trend line guy, you can draw that if you want. If it breaks that, congratulations. Ideally, over 150 gets me interested in longs. Under 135 gets me interested in shorts. Anything in there, I think we're in the exact same situation as the indices currently, where it just kind of looks like shit, you know? I get 3 cases of 24 eggs every time I go grocery shopping. Yeah, I just got 2 of them. I just quit my job 2 weeks ago to start my lead agency, and now I got some bankroll under my belt. Feels like freeing, no more night shift. Beautiful, brother. Working more now than ever, but so worth it. That's the crazy thing about going like self-employed, stuff like that. Everyone's like, oh my God, it must be so nice. It's like, no, you work double the time you worked before. You just work for yourself now. And most of the time it's going to be a lot more stressful of work because everything depends on you solely. How do you enter the giveaway? I'll tell you in a minute when I get through the chat. I just don't want to miss people's topics. We did hit 175, so appreciate y'all. If you want to, feel free to like it just because get to 200. Sure. Are you going to trade? I did. I did enter shorts with the rejection of the open and the 5-minute trigger. 5-minute did get a slight fail to go lower, so we'll see if it continues. Is this the highest expectation possible? Not really, because we're still in the range, but we are in the lower half of the range. If we get back over the open, I think this trade's invalidated for now, at least for the shorter term, especially with oil still consolidating a little bit. Gold seeing a little bit more strength here, which is interesting. I might close. And Q's above the open already. It's decently stronger. Oil's still fighting its open. It should have held up here easily. And if it pushes back lower, we're going to see a harsh rally in the indices. I'm going to get out for now. I just don't love the charts. This could work. If it works, I'd rather it work later. I'm out. I don't care. Tried it. Was worth it. Lost $100, I think. I can live with that. I'm going to trade it. I've learned a lot about IFVGs, and that's my main strat. Was curious how viable it is in Asia session. Seems to be few and far between. That'd be a question for chat for the most part. I don't follow ICT concepts. I don't really know most ICT concepts. The ones that I have learned more so is just going to be overall looking at like the structure, and it's just similar setups we trade, just different names. Like IFVGs, FVGs, I don't really know. You'd have to talk to people in the chat or talk to Christian, who is our power hour guy. Christian does more ICT and he does trade Asia sometimes. You just have to see if he uses it during this session. Lamelli's vibing in Costa Rica, brother. He ain't jumping on. Morning from Bali. Morning, Warium. How you doing? Do you think Patrick Williams a good trader? I don't know enough. I've watched some of his streams, especially when Jake was on. I think Patrick Whelan's a damn good entertainer, and he's taking great advantage of it. I haven't watched enough of his trading to give my opinion on that personally. What up, AXP? How you doing, brother? Gotta get that tan going to visit. Dude, if I go to visit Jake, I'm going to be burnt in 2 minutes. I bet you'd never know it was canned in some of my meal preps. Yeah, but dude, canned chicken just is weird. He spam trades. Yeah, you also have to remember he's an entertainer at heart. He's a really, really good entertainer. ICT is unnecessary. OJ, I won't disagree. Mainly just because I don't trade ICT. AXP, crazy amount of longs in GC last night. Went green, up 7K, 15 minutes as soon as you signed off. AXP, I actually took that gold long when I signed off yesterday as well. I took the gold long, I got out, and then I saw it just dump. Ventus, what are you trying to send an email for? Did I miss something? Try to send Nathan Nelson your email. Oh, if you guys are trying to fucking link up for career opportunities, I don't know if emails and shit will get knocked in YouTube chat. So you can try. Just realize there's 220 people watching and you're about to drop your email. What I would likely do is just drop a Discord or Instagram and link there. No, we didn't check soybeans. We did not check soybeans. JR, that makes sense. So what do you think about Max options trading? I love Max, dude. I met him in person. I met Max and Max and Brett both in person in Fort Lauderdale. Dude, they're good ass people. Max is 100% entertainer, but he's also, from what I've seen, a damn good trader. I also don't watch him every single day, but from what I see, Max is a damn good trader. Especially about, I'm going to read this last message from David, then we're running the giveaway. How many likes we got? 182. All right. Big Daddy, pretty big. He is. He's a big boy. So fresh eval today. I took a trade while I worked. Didn't realize I forgot to put a stop loss. Came back down 1,850K eval. Fighting my way back. Ooh. At that point, I mean, it's a deciding factor. Do you want to try to pass it, or do you just want to eat and hope for the best and restart? Yeah, Max is definitely a scalper. I mean, that's the thing too, is I'm not a scalper. I can't give much input on scalpers. I just know Max, dude's a legend. Vantis, Nathan put his Discord there. I'm gonna let you get that real quick because I'm gonna start the giveaway and you're gonna lose it. So I'm giving you like 10 seconds to screenshot it, write it down, whatever you need to do. After that, you're gonna have to scroll up. Show gives FOMO. It's because the shows like that, you're driving hype. You know, it's just what gets the audience clicking. All right, I'm gonna do 5 minutes on the giveaway. For some reason, someone had it set to 0. What you are going to do for the giveaway, and I'm glad I got out of that trade. Got into the low of the range, rejected the open. I'd like to set up, failed rather quickly. Saw that, got out of the way, whatever. To enter giveaway. What you'll do is this, easy. You're going to get 5 minutes to do it. If you don't do it in 5 minutes, you didn't get a chance to enter. Once you see the bot pop up in chat, which it should in a second. Signal bottom for a week and pass 150K eval. Beautiful. Now it should be. All right, let it rip. Exclamation point, enter to enter the giveaway. Someone's winning a 50K Lucid eval. I was wondering why the bot wasn't responding. Holy shit. Once you entered, if you haven't, like the stream. You have a chance to get a free eval. Might as well throw a like. That's all it costs you. 1 like, that's it. If you haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Because in all honesty, you should. Either way, you have... Oh, I'm going to have to restart the timer. It did 60 seconds. It'll still be open. It'll still be open. You'll still get a chance. Make sure you get a reply. I don't know what's going on with the bot right now, but he's a little... Oh, the timer's backwards. Never mind. So they updated this page, so the timer goes backwards now. All right, there's 96 of you in, which is kind of crazy. Already 96. Over half of you are already in. Not over. Almost half of you are already in. You don't have to spam it. If you want to spam, you do you. You know, do what you want to do. You just got to type it once. Once the bot replies to you, you're in. There's 105 of you currently in. You have about 3.5 minutes left. Once you're done with that, like the stream, subscribe, give us a sub. We're trying to make Jake dye his hair blonde. I want to see blonde, long hair Jake just cause. If we get to 50K by June 30th, he dyes his hair. You in any trades? Cetacine? No, I closed out almost immediately after I got in. I didn't like it. Didn't like it. I liked the initial move. I liked the 5-minute trigger we got. Immediately failed. Not worth holding. And my move stop would have been stopped. So save myself a couple $100. What if the bot don't answer? Well, if you type exclamation point enter, it should answer. SO. I'll check if you're in real quick. I'm not checking if everyone's in. This is a one-off thing. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, are you in? Are you in? Are you in? So just type it again. See if the bot puts you in. I'm still checking. But no, to end of the giveaway, type exclamation point, enter, and then send that in the chat. Free 50K Lucid eval. I took a quick glance, Esso. I don't know if I saw you, but try to type it again, brother. It's funny how many people lurk and then you do the giveaway and everyone's just typing out their ass now. Ain't nothing wrong. Y'all got 2 minutes left. $100% free 99. AXP, what are you going to do if you win? You're going to trade way too big of size to trade a 50K eval. Did it 3 times, hope it got you. It should have. It should reply to you. AXP, you're going to get it and be like, oh shit, I'm cat. I have to do what to make $2,000? Can people win more than once? Out of respect for others, we try not to let people win like back to back immediately. And we hope you guys respect that for the most part. Every time I watch your streams, I win. Oh my god. Well, bro, in that case, go hit the fucking lottery. Go hit the casino, you know? But no, if you've won in the past, we just ask if you win, give it to someone else. Let someone else ride for a little bit. I'm just rolling the gang. Dude, ride with it. Rake Trades Gang, a new YouTube. Hell yeah. Let's see how much time's left. You have 30 seconds. There's 134 of you in there. Y'all stop getting in pretty quick. There are quite literally 100 people not in. I know some of y'all don't want it, I guess. Stock Market J, for a second, I thought you won before, but it was Stock Market Baby that won. But yeah, no, if you win a second time, we just ask. Let others get a little free account. It's hard to keep track of all the winners, though, because there's literally 5 chats. You have sub 10 seconds. Like, if you don't get in, it's been 5 minutes. It's been on the screen. It's been spammed in the chat nonstop. You better type. $100% JN. All right, the timer's broken. You get 13 more seconds. At 5:30, I'm ending it. If you don't get in, you don't get in. Those of you that got in the last 30 seconds, you're lucky. 3, 2, 1. That's it. You had 5.5 minutes. The winner is Diego. Wait, is that the Diego that's always talking? Or is that a different Diego? Either way, congratulations, brother. Where's Diego? Appreciate you, Ollie. Rigged rerun. Dude, I'm waiting until I win one of these, like on Jake's. Where's Diego? There we go, Diego. Let's see how active you are, just cause. You are very active on the giveaways. I'll give you that. You are very active on the giveaways. Congrats, brother. All you got to do, DM me on Instagram. Send me your YouTube, right? So I know it's you. No one else has tried to take one lately, so I trust y'all. What? Shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll get it to you. Those of you that didn't get in, Alan will be giving away an account 1 a.m. Eastern. Mitch will be giving away one in the morning at 6. You have some high chances in Mitch's chat. See you tomorrow, bro. W Stream. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I'm probably hopping off in a minute or two. The market's just not it today. I took one little stab, lost $100. I'm not losing more in this shit. We ain't moving. It ain't worth my risk. Just hit 5th day of profit on Lucid. First payout with them took minus 800 hits this AM, which made my payout smaller, but feels good to lock in. Beltrix, love it. Love it, brother. You'll get it. Obviously, it sucks to take that loss, but you'll come back. AXP, I was interested in RTY as well. I was fully interested in, but the spreads are atrocious during the set, especially when volatilities or volumes this low. It just sucks. Any trade for AMD earnings tomorrow? I don't trade earnings. I don't trade earnings at all. I hate trading earnings. I think it's a gamble straight up. and it's not worth it. The IV alone isn't worth it to me. AMD, like, can AMD rip? Yes. AMD, someone said, has a $30 EM tomorrow. That means you would need that to possibly even see a sense of break even. The way earnings work is you would likely need 40 to 45 points to really even see anything worthwhile. I don't fuck with earnings. I used to. I lost a shit ton of money doing it. Some trades, yes, you can catch the random 1,000-point banger on earnings, but it ain't worth it. I don't like it at all. Gold longs. Yeah, she's moving. She's moving. Indices might try to catch up at some point. Gold is just fully decoupled right now, which is nice. I failed 2 funded so far. I feel like the pain's only starting. It'd be like that, dude. And I've lost a few before. It's unfortunate, but sometimes it'd be like that. All you got to remember is you got to the funded part. If you were just yeeting accounts, then you probably got lucky. If you were actually trading them with a plan, you know what you're doing. You just got to do the same thing on a funded, and you'll get the payout. It just takes time. Bro, I'm down 200, almost back to even from being down 1,800. Damn, David, you have been scalping, my guy. Holy shit. That's crazy. Yeah, you should be proud to just get the funded. Too many people underhype the aspect of getting to the funded aspect because that's the exact same thesis of a payout. Now, mind you, if you're gambling it, then good luck, you know. What I think I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to call it. Shortest stream I've done in probably 2 weeks. Y'all know that. But I'm also going to delete this because I see people still typing enter. This is what we're currently in. This ain't worth me sitting around for another hour. Do I love yapping with you guys? Yes. We'll yap tomorrow. We'll yap Wednesday, and then we'll yap again Thursday. This ain't fucking it. Dude, it's funny. 40 people stayed for the giveaway and just went, peace, I'm out. Respect it. Fucking respect it. But yeah, while we're within this, not interested. Like I said, I could see this playing out into tomorrow as well. I have little interest tomorrow. There's probably going to be some hype behind AMD earnings, simply just because it can be a big driver for a lot of tech. AMD has been holding up a large portion of stocks with this move, right? Just a relative strength between the other names. It's been fueling the move a lot. If AMD earnings goes bad, good luck. You gotta keep grinding, just keep knocking the door. Eventually it'll open. Hell no. Ban that, Johnny. Imagine if I just looked at someone's chat logs and banned everyone who only did enter. Nah, it'd be because a lot of the lurkers would get rocked, and they usually stay around for a little bit. But there are people who, if I look at, because I can see all their chat logs, who only type enter, and they'll be on like 5 different streams. Like there's people who've been on almost every single stream, and the only thing they type is enter, and it's glorious to see. But for now, I think we're gonna call it. This market ain't worth it. No, I know y'all that talk in my stream all the time. I know y'all. Y'all are ride or dies. But I'm gonna go ahead, wrap it up. This chart sucks. I don't want to stay here another hour as much as I love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Can you avoid IV if you buy a spread IG? I mean, you're still going to deal with IV because the spreads are going to be inflated because those contracts have IV priced into them, so they are inflated. Spreads can work 100%. You just got to remember the IV is jacked, so the spread's going to technically be worth more than it should be. And if you don't get that full move, the spread's going to get crushed quick. So either way, IV is still a problem. But with that, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your night.